Avtandil Khurtsidze knocks out Tommy Langford in the 5th round. This was a final eliminator to face WBO middleweight world champion Billy Joe Saunders. Now, it was an interesting fight while it lasted. Tommy Langford was doing a fairly okay job of outboxing Khurtsidze. Khurtsidze is a very unorthodox fighter. Very short for the weight. I believe he's about 5'6" or something like that, which is pretty damn short for a middleweight. Similar to Curtis Stevens, I did see some stats out there that had him listed as small as 5'4". I'm not sure he's that short, but maybe 5'5", 5'6". Very unorthodox. Switches from southpaw to orthodox constantly. Wings, wide power shots. He's built like a power lifter because he's so short. Not particularly fast, especially with his hands. They're quite slow and, as I say, wild, swinging shots. But obviously strong. Obviously a guy who has pretty good punch resistance. He has lost before. I think the last time he lost was against Hassan Njikum, which was several years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. I think he lost that fight on points. Correct me if I'm wrong. He may have got stopped. I'm no expert on Khurtsidze. This was actually my first time watching him. So an unorthodox fighter, but strong, obviously heavy-handed. Tommy Langford has shown punch resistance issues in the past. And I think they manifested themselves again. Take nothing away from Khurtsidze's power, but I think Tommy Langford's punch resistance issues manifested themselves again in this fight. He was seemingly outboxing Khurtsidze through 4 rounds. He did have trouble. He was struggling a little bit, but I feel like he was being a successful matador for the most part in there. But the bull Khurtsidze caught up to him in the 5th round with 1 left hook, and that was all she wrote. Langford got up, but he was very unsteady. The referee looked him in the eyes and decided, you know what, this guy's gone. And if I allow him to continue, he could get seriously hurt. So that's all there really is to say about the fight. No need to do an extensive post-fight breakdown, a post-fight autopsy. No real need to. It was a fairly straightforward encounter. Tommy Langford, the matador, Khurtsidze, the bull, with his unorthodox switch hitting, coming in very low. You know, there are certain rules in professional boxing which referees don't always enforce. And one of the things that Khurtsidze was doing that some referees are a bit more strict about is he was ducking very low. And perhaps they were giving him the benefit of the doubt because he is so damn short. But normally in professional boxing, at least in the UK, you're not allowed to duck your head below the level of your opponent's waist. And Khurtsidze was doing that on numerous occasions. So that's something the ref either let go or didn't pick up on. Regardless of whatever the case is, Khurtsidze got the job done. Big left hook, Langford finished. So let me know what you think about Khurtsidze and his performance against Langford. And how do you see Khurtsidze doing against Billy Joe Saunders? It may be interesting, particularly on the basis of Billy Joe Saunders' last performance being very poor. But if Billy Joe is at his best or anywhere near his best, like he was against Andy Lee, then he should be able to outbox Khurtsidze without too much trouble. Unless Khurtsidze is just a way bigger puncher than I'm giving him credit for, which, you know, it's possible he might turn out to be in the long run. We'll see. But if he's just, you know, a standard middleweight decent puncher, then Billy Joe should be able to deal with him without too much hassle. It might be a bit rough, but Billy Joe should be able to outpoint him, maybe stop him late. That fight has already been made. So clearly the Golovkin fight is dead in the water. Let me know what you think about Khurtsidze versus WBO middleweight world champion Billy Joe Saunders. Have you any interest in that fight whatsoever? How do you see it going? Drop it all in the comment section. It's happening. I'm out.